All we need. Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle. Good morning, it's Double T, and it's time for Bar Comedy USA News. And live from the news desk, it's comedian Jer-Dog. Jer-Dog, what's happening today, buddy?
Good morning, Double T. I am excited to talk to you today. I had a very exciting week as the guest judge, or one of the guest judges, at the World Series of Comedy kickoff here in Las Vegas last week.
How do you get that gig?
Well, you know, when you're Jer-Dog, you're going to get the gig one way or another.
How much did you have to pay?
Well, here, yeah, thanks.
So if people aren't familiar with the World Series of Comedy, what exactly is the event?
Well, it's a really cool comedy festival. It takes place nationwide over the course of several months, and it was created and founded by a comedian, Joe Lowers, as a way to give up-and-comers a chance to get seen by people in the industry, such as myself. You know, and it's funny, Joe and I actually go way back. We did several shows together when I was just first starting out, you know, in the late 90s, early 2000s. And somebody said, hey, you know, you ought to get this guy, Jeremy Danley, to come in as a guest judge because he produces the Pub and Grub comedy tour all over the country. And Joe is like, yeah, I don't know who that guy is. And then someone said, he goes by Jer-Dog. And he's like, oh, Jer-Dog? Yeah, bring him down.
That is hilarious. That is so funny. So how did it go? What was your experience like there?
It was a lot of fun. It's great to see live comedy. I got to tell you, it is a very difficult job to be the judge in a comedy contest.
Yeah, I bet. You know what, Jer-Dog? I can compare it because for years I was a judge for the Hooters swimsuit competition, so I understand how difficult it could be.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel your pain, Double T. That's that was a rough gig for you, the judge of the Hooters swimsuit competition.
So then, what were you judging him on then? Because obviously, if you got to that point, you're pretty darn good.
I would say so. Every comedian up there had a pretty tight set, So from there, how do you compare one comedian to another and then give them a score based on that? It's really stressful, man. Like how do you compare a high energy physical comedian to say a deadpan one-liner comic?
Yeah, I mean, it's totally different styles.
Totally different styles. It's like comparing apples to space travel.
I mean, they're both great. I mean, apples are tasty. It's tough, man.
It's absolutely tough. And
when you're keeping your score, are you able to change any scores, or once the comic's done, the score goes in and they're done?
Yeah, the score goes in and they're done. So once and you have to get it in before the next person starts. It could be so that way you can pay attention to the next person. And it's also crazy because of just how subjective comedy is. So one thing that I thought was very smart was they also gave the audience access to the same voting app and allowed the audience to put in their scores as well. And which I like a whole lot better than when they do determine the winner by a round of applause at the end.
Oh, I hate that.
The applausometer.
Yeah, those are the worst.
Those are the worst because then it leaves the decision up to the person on stage operating the applausometer. It's much better to give it some sort of score, but comedy is subjective as hell. Even from an audience member's perspective, what makes one person laugh might make another person want to punch you in the face.
Now, was there separate scoring between the judges and the audience so you could see the difference between what they like?
Interesting to see if there were some sort of weight to score versus the audience score. I'm not exactly sure how all that worked. I'm not that much of an insider, Double T. What I really wish I would have liked to have had happen, though, is where it's like the Olympics and the judges can just hold their scores up on the card.
Oh, yeah. That would be great.
And I would have probably screwed it up, though, and gave the comedian a 10, but held the card upside down so it came out as 0-1.
So did you find any potential talent for the Bar Comedy USA Pub and Grub Comedy Tour?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. There's a lot of great talent out there, and I think that's the best part of the Pub and Grub Comedy Tours. You get to see high-quality entertainment of names that have not yet been discovered. And so that way we can get them to come to a town near you, and you're not getting the amateurs, up-and-comers, or open micers from your local scene. You're getting actual national touring headliners at a decent price. They just haven't had the big-time name recognition yet.
Yeah, that is awesome. It's a great experience. That's cool. So this is open to the public, and do they have? Is it an annual thing?
It's one of the best comedy festivals from what I've seen because it goes nationwide. It's several different clubs over the course of several months. So it gives comedians from all over the country the chance to participate. And then at the end, there's a grand finale main event series that takes place again here in Las Vegas. That'll happen in September, I believe. So hopefully I can be more of a part of it.
See, that is awesome, man. Really, really cool right there. Anything else going on?
Hey, I got one quick news story, and this is something I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, Double T, because you've had a lot of experience attending comedy shows yourself. You've seen a lot of live comedy, and here's a story about someone famous. SNL comedian David Spade battles illness at a San Francisco show, which goes by my philosophy is the new rule number one, the show must go on. And he observed something that I've observed myself is every joke gets a 10% better reaction because you're on your deathbed.
You get that sympathy card on that one?
It's either you get the sympathy card, It's maybe that the audience just respects you because you're battling through to still deliver the goods. I mean, I've been on stage when I've been sick before, and I got to tell you, it kind of feels a little bit heroic.
Yeah, because when somebody buys tickets to see your show, I mean, there's a lot of planning around it. Maybe they had to get babysitters. Maybe they had to take the night off of work. Maybe they had to do something. And then when the show cancels, man, you screwed it up for everything. And especially if it's rescheduled, well, they might not be able to do the next day.
That's 100% correct. And, it's just old school show business. Like I said, the show must go on. If you're going to be a professional comedian, it's like being a fireman. Sometimes you just got to run into the danger zone because it's your job.
Bar Comedy USA News with comedian J-Dog. J-Dog, where can people find out more about all that stuff, and what do you got coming up?
Well, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. Next week, we're going to be bringing the Pub and Grub Comedy Tour to Boxcars Pub and Grub up there in Clinton. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where you're at. And they've still just got a few tickets left. So if you want to get in on that, go to barcomedyusa.com or barcomictix.com.
Buddy, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Likewise, Double T. Always fun talking to you, my friend.
It's Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle. Cool, man. And I think